You can register up to 8 keys.
My mic's live.
Already been registered.
Alright, I don't think it's gonna come up, but yeah, the symbols don't match up to a US keyboard. That might be a thing, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get started if you're ready on time.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, unfortunately, we're gonna be going right through all of the cutscenes, as fantastic and wonderfully voiced as they are. But this is a remake of a light gun game, House of the Dead 2, I think it was, and they've taken out the shooting mechanic, and you type instead. Other than that, it's pretty much just your standard rail shooter, but the rails are determined. The speed of your rails depend on your typing, and there are some branching pathways that we're going to take, like right here. I definitely want to save both of these NPCs to keep going fast.
Help me! Thanks. You can get outside that way.
But this guy, we're gonna let him go. A lot of these NPCs we're gonna let die off because they like to stop and hold you up and thank you for saving their life and so on and so forth, and they just take a long time to do that. I don't remember if it has a leading the or not.
Oh my god.
Yeah. From these challenges, we're just gonna take the damage. It's just faster than meeting the goal for all of those. Oops. I was right in the way from me there. That's good. And her, we're gonna let go. You have to save her twice if you try to save her, and it takes quite a while to do so. But first boss is pretty easy. Just gonna be some pretty basic cycles. I imagine with the light gun it might be a little more difficult because you actually have to aim with the light gun. But all I gotta do is push the keys on the screen. Whoa, come on. Yeah, these phrases are something else sometimes. Wow. All right. And the second phase, the phases are a little bit shorter, but you have much less time to hit them. And after this, you can reset the game with Alt F2, which is, let me get this first. Which is my one big contribution to the typing speed game community, is I found out you can reset between levels in this game, making it no longer a single segment game, which pissed off pretty much everybody else in the typing speed game community. It is pretty much everybody's least favorite way to play through the game, but it is faster, and that is what counts. And this segment right here is, aside from word choice, it's probably the biggest section of RNG, and this isn't too bad because he's just running right up at me, and he ought to hit me pretty quickly here. Wham! because sometimes they'll just take forever. He'll be like limping along, and there's absolutely nothing you can do but stop and wait. Because if you try and shoot them, they just go even slower.
Thank you for rescuing me.
No! What?
Windows key. Aha! Aha! There we go. One of the benefits of resetting between levels is that it resets the number of credits you have. Even if we didn't do that, you generally have enough lives to take your intentional deaths at certain points, but it does make it a lot more safer to do so, while also being faster. And if I picked up that key back there, it'd be great for racking up a high score, but it takes forever to get around the level down the other pathway. I think I need to say that last guy, but that's alright. I present the bonus is one of the few people we do say, though, because she doesn't thank you. She just lets you go on your way. Oh, I didn't pick that up.
Help me!
There we go. And they still got those balloon heads. Jeez. Coming up, when I get out of the water here, I'm going to... that's when I ideally want to take this last hit. The game has a scaling difficulty curve depending on how well you're typing, how long you've been playing on your current credit, things like that. And the boss up ahead has some pretty small windows to deal damage in. So being able to reset the difficulty right here is very, very helpful. If you lose a credit earlier in the run, you don't necessarily have to take it there, but it does help scale down the boss fight. And then it gives me punctuation and numbers. Okay. Nah, I'm not gonna get this one. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Just a couple more hits on this guy. I think just one more. There we go. Now, the pathway through Chapter 3 here is actually a little interesting because depending on what path you take here, it changes where you start on Chapter 4. So we're actually not going to be resetting the game between chapters 3 and 4. I want to get on a specific pathway.
Help me! Help me!
There we go.
Thank you. I'll open the water gate for you.
Ooh. It's giving me a lot of hyphens and things like that. It's not being very friendly today. I probably wanted to take what... I was just gonna say, I kind of wanted to take another hit anyway, so that worked out okay. So I'm gonna take a hit right here, and it's gonna reset my difficulty. But I know you can't see the keyboard, and I don't have the key display on screen. But for typing in a dead 1 and 2, you don't have to worry about spacing. You don't have to worry about capital letters. You do have to type the symbols and other punctuation, however. It's not until typing in a dead Overkill, which is out on had a Steam release. On the highest difficulty setting, you do have to type with proper spacing and capitalization and punctuation, or you just immediately take damage. So we must do this tower fight makes you nauseous. Is a lot less about typing speed and a lot more about reading comprehension, which almost... It's also not really giving me trolly questions, because we just reset the difficulty. It can be pretty trolly though. Doing things like at the start of the level, I think, or at maybe in the last boss fight, it gave Mountain Dew, but the Dew was D-O. It would do little tricks of linguistics that way with the answers. But it was playing nice today. Whoa! This is the screen that we're skipping with the chapter resets. And I can do absolutely nothing to speed this up. In fact, since I'm playing on a new machine, I don't know if it's carried my high score table over. It must have. But it normally makes you put in your name and all this other stuff too. I want to save this guy too.
Help me! Help me! Thanks for saving me.
The voice acting is spectacular.
Don't kill me! Thanks for saving me.
My God.
There's the F key. If I had £1,000,000, I think the game was done by the Sega UK team, so it does use UK spelling and currency and things like that. This is what's this guy named Strength. This is the Strength boss fight, which compared to the other runners, my split here isn't as good as theirs, but this is by far my favorite boss fight. But we'll see if what it gives us. Wow, hello. There we go. Just use these little 4-line phrases. Oh, I'm gonna get a hit. That's alright. And we got to set between these bosses.
Are in.
There's a pretty big difficulty spike between chapters 4 and 5. As far as how long your phrases are. You can see some of them when they die, they more or less literally just spit their heart out at you. So you want to try and take those guys out first, because they just take longer to die. There we go, got the genre dictionary here. It's gonna make the... I don't know what the genre is here. But the genre phrases tend to be shorter than what you'd normally be typing here. So it saves you some key presses that way. It does look like a car. Pretty sure we just had cracker with cheese. But now we get to the favorite part of everybody's favorite part of the arcade game, the boss refights. It's the same fight as before, he just has more health in terms of how many keys you're going to be pressing through here. Usually, that one's pretty short.
Remember, there's no such thing as a second chance.
Now, if I had taken a couple of hits before now, I'd just go ahead and finish on my credit here, but we've got 3 lives still. So we'll just type our way through. And I expect this boss fight to be much slower than the first go-round. Hello. Wow. There we go. And just one more hit. And then we'll see new boss. See, it didn't let me start typing that one right away either. These turning phases are really finicky.
You're better off that way.
The boss fight up ahead is against the Magician, and just to talk about it before we get there, for the first phase of that fight, unlike the entire rest of the game, I actually do take damage if at any point I do make a typo. So you do want to, you know, maybe take it down a notch to make sure you're typing accurately, because the attack cycles can take a long time. Additionally, and I'm not sure if maybe this particular keyboard setup will work better with it, but when I'm playing at home, the question mark key, for whatever reason, just immediately counts as a typo. I'm not sure what's going on with the game's code to make that a thing. But if there is... Oh my gosh. Let me just shut up and type. Yeah, see, it's doing it on this keyboard too, which it's something in the game code. It's just expecting a different response from the keyboard. Okay, now I'm just fat fingering everything. There we go. That's an A. So that didn't go as well as it could have gone. That's all right. Having EDA credit isn't always the worth saying, because again, it does reset that difficulty curve. So at least we're getting something out of it. It's not just a time loss. You're gonna have an easier time for the next little bit of the game. This might be the last cycle. Yeah. Then if you reset between chapters 5 and 6, you can't actually get into chapter 6 unless you beat chapter 5. So I guess technically speaking, all of these categories at least have leaderboards. Should be any percent or arcade mode, all levels. Because the technical any percent route would be do just chapter 5 and 6 and just skip the first 4. But
it's like they're inviting me in.
Wow. If I play this right, I think there's one up I can pick up, and there are 2 missions like this that I have to take damage on. So we should go into the last boss fight. Only to take 1 hit to get a reset, but I guess it's also an extra hit against this boss fight that's coming up too. If we get the extra life drop. Tranquilizer is nice because it should make the next, should make the boss fight a little bit easier. But it's the Hydra all over again. It's been very nice today. It's cold. Cheesy jokes. Brave. Can't you do alone? And you only get to do the first half of the Hydra fight. This is the last thing for the boss fight. So this line up really well. I can just take damage and boss fight's gonna start off as easy as possible. I'll have 3 full credits to work with, although I'm hoping I won't need more than what I've got now. Or more hits than what I have now. That cycle's pretty easy. He only throws out 1 at a time. This one, you want to start from the top and work your way to the bottom to have the most possible time to get those words in. think I was gonna get it in. I didn't get a hit because I guess that one's probably gonna hit player 2. But I also didn't deal damage on that cycle. And you'll see it's been blinking in the corner the entire run, but this is a 2-player game. But on the PC version, you can only plug one keyboard into your keyboard. Windows only recognize one keyboard, no matter how many you plug in. So you're only able to play 1-player mode locally. Oh my God! What am I doing to myself today? There we go. The Dreamcast version, you can play a 2-player co-op locally, though. And that is the end of any kind of stress from here. It's just multiple choices. All of the choices are correct. You just want to choose the shortest one. And this is the last phrase before time. Wow. Time?
31:23.
31:23? Okay. And your answers in that final quiz determine which of these amazing endings you get.
Friends, it is not over yet.
Is that all you have to say?
In time, a successor will come. Farewell, friends.
Shame we couldn't hear that. Voice acting was so good.
Oh, it's so good. So you got a bungee cord this time. He can just fall through and everything explodes, and it's an ending. The third ending is he just takes off on a jetpack powered by his own flatulence. And the credits are kind of neat because you can. I'm not going to do the whole segment. You can break the zombies loose and they do a little dance if you type out a whole section. But for 10 minutes, that is it.